Okay, so I don't know if you guys are like me and you have like a whole TBR list saved on your notes app, but then you have tons of TikToks saved on a folder, and then you have tons of Facebook Reels saved in a folder that are all these people recommending their entire book list to you. And so you're just like, oh, one day I'm going to have them all together and I'm going to get through all these books and it's going to be great. No, it won't. You're lying. I was lying. Okay? So I put all of them in an Excel sheet, and it was a whole notes app. It was the whole, like, every single video I had saved on TikTok and Facebook. It was all on the list. It was like a list of 300 books. How are you going to get through a list if you don't even have all of it written down? Do better. I'm talking to you. I was you, so it's fine. But recently, after I did that, I saw a TikTok of a woman saying, and I'll try to find her and tag her in the comments below, but basically that, like, you learn best through comparison, so you should read books in pairs or in, like, chunks so that you have something to map onto the other things so that you can, like have deep learning happening. So I was like, oh my God, I should do that because I've been freaking out about not having any critical thinking skills anymore. So I took that whole entire TBR, put it in Copilot, and asked it to pair them up based on, like, either shared themes or oppositional themes or, like, just anything that they think would pair well together. And then it did most of it. I'm not like the prompting master, but it did most of them. But then I had some stragglers at the end that still weren't done, so I put those through. And then I said you could add it to another pair that you had previously done. So now this is what my TBR looks like. It has, like, group 1, and then it has all 3 of the books here, the author, and then why it was paired together. It's not necessarily the theme, even though it's titled that. It's like, this is why we gave you these. So I now have, instead of 300 line items, which, like, actually I might still kind of have 300 line items, it at least grouped everything into, like, 97 groups, 304 books, but they all are together so that I know where to start and, like, what to do with it. I also am going to eventually put, like, space at the top so that it will give me my percentages of books read. And I want to go in and add, like, what genre I think the books fall into. Just because, like, I feel like it's mostly nonfiction or fiction or, like, genres that aren't in depth, kind of. So I want to go in and, like, be like, what do I think this genre would be? And then have my genre percentages as well. And also, like, stuff by, like, minorities. Like, I want to know what percentage of minorities I'm reading. Just cool stuff like that. So stay tuned on my progress of my TBR.
So unlike Alex's geriatric ass, I use Fable. So with Fable, I can see my genres, I can see my average rating, most read authors. It gives me, like, reading streak. It gives me, like, a calendar of, like, what books I read on what days. And that's just the free version. I'm not going to pay premium for Fable, so sorry, Fable. But I really like Fable. I like tracking it on Fable. So since that's kind of, like, process good to go, I think I'm going to spend my extra hour trying to find new releases. I think one of the biggest things for me 2025 was a new release came out and I was like, oh, that came out already. So I already have 4 books pre-ordered for the year. So I'm going to start, if anyone knows of any, like, magazines or, like, publishers who do, like, the new releases, I've been trying to follow people so I can get into the know. But, like, I just want to know, like, what's going on. Like, how am I supposed to pre-plan my TBR for the next 6 months if I don't know what's being released? So anyway, new releases. That's what I'm spending my next hour doing. Plotting and figuring out new releases to add to my TBR.